Good morning, Monday. Monday. Well, right now my headset isn't working, so I'm just here doing my thing. So we don't know whether you're hearing this or not. I won't know until I'm done. So either you're going to have a great silent movie or you're going to have a better than usual video. Anyhow, Trump's big move is obvious now, and for some reason, people aren't understanding this. He's going to start sending troops to democratically controlled cities. All right? Now, he's trying to force a confrontation, and he'll get one, especially in Chicago or New York, because they're not going to stand for that. You know, it's not going to be a peaceful deal. There's going to be some problems. But he's also going around and doing invoking martial law without invoking martial law. Martial law is all about troops. You know, there's some decisions that they can make, but it's all about putting the military into the streets, you know. So I have no idea what's going to be the outcome of this, you know. I don't think anybody else does either. But I'm going through some paperwork while I'm talking to you. That's annoying, isn't it? But there seems to be Trump is having a lot of problems, all right? And it's not just him. His cronies are saying this to him. You're not getting any respect you deserve. You're not getting the attention you deserve. You're not getting any of that. He's just out there standing up in front of people and having them laugh at him. Well, they're going to laugh at him no matter what he does. I don't care if he puts he's just a fool, and he's on his way out. Whether he makes it six, there's been reports that he's got 6 months to live, and if that's true, he's going to be extremely dangerous, and that's not something you want to see. But he's I don't know what am I doing. My hair's all messed up. I'm having a bad hair day. But he's trying to do that, and that's the sick thing that this bastard's trying to do. So I don't know what's going to happen other than I think there'll be violence. Now, long-term violence, I don't know. He still, even though he's rigging the 2026 elections, doesn't want them to happen. He's afraid of what could happen. Not what's going to happen, but what could happen. And I don't know how much longer he really has left. I sit around and I look at him and I look at pictures of him and I say, well, he looks okay. He looks the same fat slob he always been. So what's the problem? And you get these selective cuts being broadcast that show him in a bad way. Now, I don't know how many of you were alive back then or watched back then, but when the Iran-Contra controversy came up, it was during the day, and Reagan went on television live right away to say something about what was going on. And what happened was he answered the wrong questions. He answered some reporter's question, and it wasn't the question she had asked, or that was being asked. She answered something else. He wasn't well. And that was when he was beginning to suffer from dementia. And everybody knew this. Or he had Alzheimer's, I think. I don't think he had dementia. And people recognized this. But if you came back that night and watched the interview as it was played, it was edited, and they showed him answering a question that was the right question, and he answered it the right way, as opposed to what I saw live, I and my friends. And there were only 2 or 3 of us that actually saw it. We were sitting in a bar. I was working in a bar, and I saw that, and I said, this isn't right, man. He's not right. There's something wrong with him. They shouldn't have brought him out then, But the tapes, later looked great. Well, that's, what they do. And then you got Biden, which they hid his mental. When I saw Biden and the Trump debate that he got trashed in, and I looked at it and I said, this man can't run for president. And this is what's going on with these older guys. So I think there has to be first of all, I think there has to be an age limit as to whether you can run for president. Forget about how old how young you are. It's how old you are. You can't run beyond, past a certain point. And I think 80 is way too old. I'm 80 years old, or I will be in January, and I have, some problem. I can't walk real good, so I would be playing golf. I don't really see it. Trump being as mentally acute as I am, and I'm not that great. I forget things once in a while. I always forget people's names, but I did that when I was 17 too. That's just always been a fault of mine, names, and it is as a lot of other people too. I don't find myself being as quick as mentally as I used to, unless I'm confronted with a situation where I'm pissed off or something. Then I'm very quick, and that's not a good idea. You need to control that a little better. But excuse me. And I yawn a lot. I get tired a lot. Because I don't really, I didn't sleep well last night. Well, I got a dog that's bothering me. Lucy's got this, I don't know whether it's an allergy or what it is, but she'll just start scratching for no reason at all, and she'll go through this for an hour or 2 hours, and you trust me, you're not sleeping through that because her paws are thumping on the mat in the bed, and everything else, so, and I'm not going to chase her out of the room for that. You don't do that to people, You just don't do that. I think I just figured something out, but I'm not sure. I think my Bluetooth is off. Maybe that's why my speakers weren't working. Okay, never mind. The battery run down in it. It's I don't know how you say it. It has to be charged every once in a while. Anyhow, I sit around and I try to figure out what to talk about, and I look at a lot of the issues, and it's the same stuff over and over again, But it's so difficult to get, because my friends are starting to do this now. My friends are sending me stuff that I'm not sure is real. Like I got speaking about Trump and his age and everything. Something like he got, they were saying that he had a limited time left to live. I don't know whether that's true or not. I'll see if I can find the email right away, and I'll tell you what it was about. But it was a young lady said this, that this lady said this, and I'm not sure I believe it, because it's where is she? She's not there. Oh, it's Facebook. All right, never mind. Difficult to find it in Facebook. But anyhow, the point is I'm getting stories like this from other people, and then what they're doing is they're repeating the same stories that I mean, there's an article here, like here's an article that was sent to me that by this young lady. This is a testimony of Katie Johnson that Trump raped her. I don't know. I don't even know who Katie Johnson is. And I got a friend of mine says, is it truth or is it AI fiction? I have no idea. You know, I mean, I can get about the only thing I can find out that's really accurate is oh, here we go. I heard a doctor talking about his condition. He predicted that Trump has 8 months to live because he has congenital heart failure and he is on heavy-duty diuretics that will eventually shut down his kidneys. I don't know if that's true. You know, the people that have responded to this, I mean, I like this girl. This lady's a nice lady. She's a good friend of mine. And I like her a lot. And I just don't understand something like that, which can't be proven. I heard a doctor, you know, I don't know. I never heard of it. He hasn't, as far as I know, he's never been diagnosed with congenital heart disease. Okay, that's something that comes along and stays along for a long time. And I don't know. I honestly don't know that that's something that's been ever been shown up in his you know, in his examinations. Of course, nobody knows what this doctor says to him. You know, he keeps everything secret. I think that personally, I just think he's. I don't think he's well, but I don't think it's. I don't know how serious his problems are. You know, you can't tell from what you're reading. You know, and that's another story that's hard to deal with. But he's like. I know he's doing this it's illegal, and I don't know how they're going to handle this. The troops into the cities, based upon. His version of statistics, and I've said this. I don't know whether I've ever said this, but statistics are not something you want to pay a lot of attention to, because statistics can be made to say whatever you want them to say, depending on the area you ask the question, how is the question presented, all of that. You know, even if it's on a piece of paper, where are the answers? What are the answers are presented in? Because people have tendencies to, like, when you take a test where you have to mark a card, people have a tendencies to mark certain letters. And that's the way you pass those tests is you have to actually know the answer. You can't go in there and say, you know, well, let's do E's, that's good, you know. It's a difficult thing to handle. So I don't know. You know, I really don't know what's going on there. Cognitive tests, I don't know. They're easy to pass, I guess. It's like an eye chart, okay? I've taken so many eye examinations over the years. The first line in the eye chart I know by heart. Sometimes I can get to the second or third line if they use the same chart. And they use the same damn chart same damn chart everywhere. Same chart as in America is down here. You know, it's kind of stupid. But I guess, you know, people don't want to be told they're going blind or something like that, or they can't see anymore. I know, you know, how that works out. You know, I have my own experience, which is not important right now. But, so you don't know the mental condition of Donald Trump, really, and that's something that's going to have to, you know, be looked at. And I don't think that putting a man like J.D. Vance, and this is the story that drives me crazy. He once compared Trump to Hitler, to a Nazi, before he was picked to run for vice president. It was a year or 2 years before that. And you just don't go off, you just don't become the best friend of this moron, you know. And I'm pretty sure Trump doesn't like him. But Trump understood nobody liked J.D. Vance, so that it was, nobody wanted him to be president, so nobody's going to use the 25th Amendment on him, and nobody's going to shoot him. And that's another thing I've been reading a lot of articles about. And these I find to be more realistic. I don't think he was shot, okay? Don't know for sure, but that's just a maybe situation. All right, that's it for today. It's Monday. Remember, tomorrow I'll be live. As I look at it now, let you know what it is. It's 10:44 here, and I believe it's 11:44 where you are, so it'll be between 11 and 12 your time, which is between 10 and 11 my time. It's when I get back with Lucy usually. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. Anything changes, there'll be a special video shot up someplace, so where you can see that it's not gonna happen. But right now it's gonna happen, and hopefully somebody will be there to watch it. Now, also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Then you'll get all the news that's going on. It'll be sent to you. I think they send it to you in an email or something like that. If I'm doing something special or something like that. I don't know. I get an email when I do a live video, so maybe you'll get one too. I don't know. But anyhow, it's a YouTube live video. It's on my channel, Jeffrey Bruff. I believe that's all there is to my channel. I think so, anyhow. All right, so talk to you tomorrow live, folks. Don't know whether I'll be awake, but I'll be live. See you then.